Hello, lovely soul, and welcome to this behind the scenes video. It's part of my behind the scenes series where I take the card that I have interpreted that week and I let you peek behind the scenes. It could be a concept in relation to the message that I shared, it could be a phrase I use, a symbol in the card, it could be anything. It just gives you a behind the scenes peek at the message that I have delivered that week. And this week we are looking at Lucy Cavendish's Le Vampire deck. And the card that the angels asked me to interpret this week was this card, Thirst. Craving, compulsion, obsession. And the theme of this week's behind the scenes video is that angel messages are always there to encourage us to step forward. We always take the positive slant on things, but sometimes the positive slant may come from opening our eyes, may come from a message that may feel like more like a warning, an advisement, rather than you're fabulous, go forward and celebrate because you're a brilliant human being. And that's what this message was about. This message, we talked about curse, about compulsion, about obsession, where sometimes a thirst that you may have, a craving that you may have, perhaps, for example, is a craving to increase your knowledge, to become a better person, to be more knowledgeable in your field. Sometimes there's a fine line, and without realizing it, our passion to learn can cross that line and it becomes an obsession. It becomes something we become compulsive over, and it actually turns into something negative. So there are times whenever the angels will step forward and they will say to you in the most loving and supportive way, lovely soul, what you are doing is going a little bit too far. You need to rein it in a little bit. And it's a matter of opening your eyes because you aren't seeing what the angels are seeing. And they're stepping in a positive way to stop you going any further down what may be a negative track. And in so doing, they're opening your eyes and they're reverting to a path that is so much more positive because you've opened your eyes to something that may have turned negative in your life and isn't actually for your own benefit. So the angels, in their way, by opening your eyes and saying, you might be just going a little bit too far, are actually sharing a really positive message with us, even though it may not really feel initially like a positive message. But they're there to say to us, just think about it. They're not telling us we need to stop. If you're on a mission to learn and to increase your knowledge, for example, they're not here to say, right, that's enough. You've learned enough, time to put it into practice. They're just saying, just think about it. Look at your life, look inside and decide, is what you're doing benefiting your life and moving you forward, or has it maybe gone a little bit too far? And if it has gone a little bit too far, we're here to support you and guide you back onto your path again. So although the initial message may seem a little bit more towards a negative side, it's actually got very positive connotations to it because the angels are saying, we're here, we see what you're doing and we're here to support you and guide you, and should you choose, to help you back onto the right path again. So when you are interpreting angel and oracle cards and something does feel a little bit heavy in the message, look for the positive side of it because there will always be a positive side, but it doesn't mean to say you ignore the initial message. In this example, you wouldn't ignore the initial warning from the angels that maybe you're going too far with a passion or whatever and it's become negative. You don't ignore that. But you also know that the angels are only wanting to send you messages of love. So why would they be highlighting this to you? Because they love you and they want you to get back on the right path. So that's our behind the scenes video for today. I hope it helps you if you ever come across a message that feels a little bit heavier than normal, because we're so used with, whenever the angels are involved, passing on messages of support, messages of encouragement, but they're also here to remind us that sometimes we can go off the track a little bit too.